Morning guys, so Wednesday the 23rd December. Yes, it's grey and a bit damp and sort of raining a little bit, but I'm really conscious of how, each time at the moment listening to the news and keep talking about obviously COVID and the numbers going up and infection rates and inevitable lockdowns and not being able to perhaps do the things that people thought they might be able to do, and so on. And it can, I think, just get a bit depressing and a bit overwhelming if you just keep listening to it all. So I know there's a balance between, needing to get a sense of what's going on in the bigger picture, but at the same time I think it's important to focus on other things that bring us some joy and good news, and sort of thinking about that term hope. I thought about it again yesterday, and there's just so much importance in hope. For me, hope is fundamental. I think without hope, things become therefore hopeless and pointless and has no sense of purpose, and then that's like, well, what's the point then? There's that sense of giving up. And for me, I've always been a bit of a glass half full person, but at the same time, I just genuinely, I have moments where, I feel a bit, sort of a bit naff, or feel a little bit down, disappointed, or, for certain things I can't do. But I also don't feel, for me, there is any other option other than focusing on where you can find hope. It's you have to, well, I have to. It's a no-brainer. It's like, I want to come from a place of always finding hope, finding goodness, finding life, finding a sense of purpose, of influence. So even now, it's grey and it's raining and I'm like, a bit. And there's another part of me thinks, well, actually, it's watering the ground and the seeds in the trees somewhere else. They may be having a drought and they might be desperate to have this water that we've got right now. There's a lad sort of running around the pitch at the moment, obviously doing some training. I assume that's his bag actually. I just saw looks like his Puma bag hanging from the side of the fence. And to be honest, there may not be a lot in it, but I just thought to myself then, there's hope there. He's put that bag hanging on the fence in the hope that it's going to stay there. And nobody's going to take it. So not only is that hope, I also think that's really trusting as well. When I just came into the park with Willow, I saw a man walking towards us with two little children, and one was holding his hand and the other was smiling, and just that you're really young and there's the chatter and a real sense of they're not perhaps overly, or I imagine they're not overthinking all of the worries and the concerns. They're just living life. They're being a young little child and just enjoying life for what it is, and I think that's really vital and important as well. I think it's important that I saw something on TV yesterday about a parent teaching her children about mindfulness and looking after themselves, which absolutely is vital and important, and I really get a sense of that. She's obviously equipping them and resourcing them in some really good ways, but again, it's balance. So at the same time, you want to be able to know that also those children can play and can feel free and can you know, sort of have a sense of being without also the worrying. So they need a, you know, free, safe sort of space to be able to explore and play and create adventures and find that in. And to be honest, I think that's just as true, well, even more so now for adults, just as much as children. You know, we all need to explore and create and find adventures and play and get creative. And I think in some respects it can seem like it gets harder to do that, but on the other hand, I think if you look in enough places, if you broaden your perspective, if you open your eyes up just that bit more, I think you can always find ways of creating and exploring, playing adventures and safe spaces and so on. So yeah, I just keep looking all the time, keep looking for the hope and the goodness. Just like Willow now, being just curious and nosy. Well, well, Willow, this. Oh, you're not going there. Come on, this way. Thank you. The great thing about Willow is that generally, she's so great with other dogs, you know. And even when, I mean, don't get me wrong, I know she would protect herself because I've seen her do that, and I've seen her protect other dogs. But so she has got that. But when she has other dogs, often, typically, dog owners understand this, the smaller ones, they tend to feel the need, perhaps understandably, that they've got to make up for their small size when they see a big dog and bark away. Yeah, Willow's really good with them, you know. She doesn't, you know, sort of have a go back or snap back, and that's hopeful in the sense that you feel quite reassured, you know. You're not on edge, you're not on tenterhooks thinking or wondering, oh, you know, is she going to be okay, you know, when you're walking out, which I see sometimes people do. I mean, obviously they've had perhaps some negative experiences, and I see them sometimes, you know, literally they're already anxious, the owner, and they'll pull their dog away really quick, and I just think it's quite sad as well, I think, when I see that. But yeah, so that's hopeful. So hope. Where can you find your hope today? How can you create hope? Who can you connect with and speak to that gives you hope? Where does your hope come from? What does it mean to you? So have the rest of a great, wacky, wonderful Wednesday, and I shall speak to you later, guys. Bye.